Hello,
Good.
welcome to the Think Big for Africa podcast. My name is Ekene Banye, your host. Today, I have a wonderful young Nigerian and an entrepreneur, I think. Yes, he is, because he is, to me, he's a serial entrepreneur. He's a co-founder of Ellamediate Limited, and he also built an online school. So
Mm.
uh, those are things we'll talk about. You know, he's a disruptor. So let's talk to him. His name is Damilola Parkinson. Damilola, how are you?
I'm very well, and you?
I'm okay.
Thank you for having me on the podcast today.
Very good. Very good. See, tell my audience who you are and what you do. You know.
Okay. So, my name is Damilola Parkinson. I'm a web developer slash web designer. I, I I'm a UI UX designer as well. So, and I develop products, tech products basically. And I've been doing this for quite some time. I would over 12 years. Yes, over 12 years professionally. I've been doing this. Built a couple of products, but the one that is noteworthy right now is the online school that you mentioned. I don't own it. I just built it.
Okay.
It's a
Okay.
friend who actually owns the solution.
Okay.
And like you mentioned, I consider myself to be a disruptor and try to do and get on projects that cause a disruption in the market.
Okay.
And the product, it's called Mindsmith, and it was built in partnership, in strategic partnership with the First City Monument Bank in Nigeria. Yeah, so it's the first purely online school to come out of Nigeria, and it was recognized on the continent as one of the top 50 innovative startups and ideas in Africa. So in the education category, so it was something of pride for me and the rest of the team that built that.
Very good.
The lead of the team is Peter. His name is Peter. So
Okay.
it's a wonderful product, and we're all happy about it. And it has opened some tremendous doors so far.
It should. It should. It should. Yeah. Lamide, well, before we started talking, went live, you were telling me something I think it's important we talk about, because it affects your life, it affects your family life, if you don't mind, because it's a medical issue, okay, not yours, but your son who passed away, okay, and for me it's something important, because health is something that every one of us need to think about. I myself, I had my own health care 10 years ago. So I like to talk about anything health and anything that will help our society develop and build a sustainable healthcare system that works. Okay. So you told me that your son passed away, and according to you, you say it's a medical negligence case. Tell me about it. What happened?
Okay, so Yeah, this happened in October of 2021, and
How old was your son?
it was 14 months. It was 14 months, and he just had a slight cough, and I had his mom, my wife, take him to the hospital for a test, so that we are sure that because he had taken some medications like 2 weeks prior to when they took his mom took him to the hospital. So so after taking the medication, he felt okay. He wasn't running any temperature. He was doing fine, playing. But on the night before we took him to the hospital for the checkup, to be sure, and just like doctors' warnings, after you use any medication, if symptoms persist after 3 days, you have to consult a doctor.
Yes.
So yeah, taking some medications, it felt better. Then the cough came back, and just like doctors' warnings and advice, we took him to the hospital for a check, and we found out that okay, he had slight malaria, and the doctors advised they were going to put him on some treatment.
Yeah,
he had malaria, he had cough and had malaria, so they said they were going to treat was it the malaria first or the cough? I know they were going to treat one first, and they said they were going to put him on some injections, and I didn't understand what it is. As a baby, injections seem a bit extreme. So they gave him the shot, and on his way back home from the hospital, he started reacting to the injection. Before his mom could get back to the hospital, rushing him back to the hospital, it was pronounced as it DOA now.
Yeah.
Said it's dead on arrival.
Wow.
This was, and the thing is, I've had a couple of experiences, a few friends, or mutual friends of friends that have had very, very, very sad cases. Especially the Nigerian health system is really is a cry for help. All these seasoned doctors and all the guys that are supposed to hold down the medical sector out here, many of them have relocated, basically.
Yeah.
So is it that they're in Canada for better living and better opportunities, or they're somewhere in Europe or America? You understand? So So I see that I see this medical system quickly draft unqualified hands into.
Well, see, I would tell you this. This situation is a sad case, okay? And by now, in the 21st century, a country like Nigeria, Africa, should not be having this kind of incidents so often, okay? Now, I would say this, yes, everywhere in the world, incidents happen, okay? But the way it happens in Nigeria and Africa, it happens too often. And like you said,
yes, I agree with you.
Like you said, we have lost the majority of well-qualified people, okay? And that's why last year when Honorable Minister for Works was when the Saudi Arabia government sent their people to recruit doctors, and the Honorable Minister was on TV. He said they can go and they can repatriate the foreign currency. I was open mouth. I was just looking at it. What is this guy talking about? You know, especially since he's a doctor himself.
So yeah, that's the sad one. That's the sad part. That's the sad part. So they are just the priority for them is diaspora remittance into the country. You understand?
Yes.
So that is the priority for them, and then there are better ways to go about foreign remittance into the country. There are so many ways, so many avenues to do that. But you don't lose your workforce because you want foreign remittance.
The thing is that because all of them in power, in politics, don't go to those hospitals in Nigeria. They don't go there. The members of their family don't go there. Even in our universities, their own children don't attend local universities.
No, they don't.
So they are not. They don't have any thing that
they don't have vested interest.
They don't have any vested interest to.
Yes, they don't.
To make the educational system, our health system better
work. No,
you know, I'm so sorry about this. Now, I hope you and your wife have done some therapy. It's important. It's important. It's important.
Yes.
Okay. It's important because for her to take her child to the hospital for a minor incident and end up coming home alone is traumatic. I'm so sorry.
It's traumatic. Thank you so much. It's traumatic.
Yeah.
But we'll get past it.
Yeah. Wow. Well, Damilola.
Yes.
Well, you said like we talked about this earlier. You say you are a disruptor. Okay.
Yes.
In describing your company, Ellamediate Limited. So
yes.
Tell us about it. What do you guys do? And how are you disruptors?
Okay, what we do at Ellamediate is we are a property marketplace where what we do is we sell co-ownership of real estate assets across various jurisdictions and various currencies across the world. But our focal areas now are Nigeria, the United States, the United Kingdom, and the United Arab Emirates. And the reasons why we're launching operations in those places is because of the yield of the properties in those places right now. But we're going to be expanding to Canada and other European countries as we move along. And the reason why I look at us, I call us the disruptor of the real estate space is because of our model. So many businesses, so many startups have come up in the Nigerian market. And they have come up with different models. They do investment models where you put in your money, everybody pulls their money together, buy a property, but they don't own those properties and they just do it as an investment. So at the end of every month or every quarter or every year, they are expecting a fixed amount to come into their wallet. But what we are selling is we are selling ownership. Co-ownership is the word there. We're selling co-ownership of real estate assets that have high return and high yield. So it's not about, and the reason why I say we are disruptors is because we are lowering the entry barrier of real estate. So
how do you guys do that?
Okay, so conventionally, the real estate market space or the real estate market in Nigeria, 90% of all the real estate assets in Nigeria is owned by 1% of the population. So which means that we have a 90%, we have the deficit in the real estate ownership space is quite large. So we have 90% of the Nigerian population aspiring to own properties. But with the income level of the Nigerian, of the regular or the middle class Nigerian, is quite low, and you don't get to save enough because the cost of living is above the bar. But now what we are doing in Ellamediate is, if you have a decent income, you earn a decent income, we can get you these luxury assets anywhere in the world and you can get that entry for as low as $100 with a savings target.
Okay.
And there are some assets that we have onboarded that cost as low as $250 for you to own a lot of that asset. So what we are selling is fractional ownership of those assets. So we have an asset in Lekki, Lagos, for instance, that is worth 400 million. And we fractionalize it into 4,000 lots, 5,000 lots, and sell those little lots to, let's say, a Chukudi on the streets, in Broad Street in Lagos.
Yeah.
We sell it to Amaka, who works in a bank, who earns probably 150,000, 200,000. We sell it to someone who owns a business, an SME business owner. So all these people, we are trying to gain. What we are doing basically is property ownership inclusion. Let me call it that.
And you talked about using the blockchain in.
Yes.
How does that work?
Okay, so let me give you a case study of how the blockchain is coming to disrupt it all. Okay. Conventional real estate in Nigeria, there are so many actors involved. You have the middlemen, agents. Sometimes you want to do a property transaction in Nigeria and you have to deal with chains of agents. You don't even get to meet the mandate of the property. Okay. Before you get to meet the owner of the property that you want to acquire, you probably have to go through 10, 15 other people. Then that aside, then you need to now face the Ministry of Lands. You need to get the survey. You need to do your verification and all of that. By the time you put all that work together, you are almost fatigued on spending your own money to buying a property. Yeah. So what we've done with the blockchain system is we've democratized the system. So we've taken away all those bottlenecks to property transactions. We've gotten partners, verified partners, that do all these verifications for every asset that we have. So all of that, we roll all those verifications and all those documentation up into one smart contract that is going to be on the blockchain and is public to everybody. So there is nothing to hide. You understand? Everything is open, very transparent. So you own, even when you own a token that we are representing the assets in, you can see all the transactions going on that property. Yeah. So that way, you just own and you have a title card to your token as well. So instead of pushing documents, pushing all of that, it's so easy. And what we are also doing is, even when you own a lot of the property and you need funds quickly, you don't need to go the conventional way to start selling your assets. We have made the illiquid real estate. Now we've made it a liquid market by putting it on an exchange platform, like a peer-to-peer. Okay. Where a willing buyer meets a willing seller, and you can almost liquidate your assets in a heartbeat. Instantly. Yeah. Yes.
I will tell you this. My last guest on the podcast is a very good friend of mine, and he has been asking me to get on board with a cryptocurrency, okay, for a long time. Yeah. The first time I ever heard of Bitcoin was 2010, where I was invited. Okay. My colleague was invited to a seminar, and then he asked me to come. Now, I listened to the page, I listened to the presentation, and I loved the tech. Okay, the blockchain. Okay. Now I didn't buy into the current currency, but I love the blockchain. And this kind of transaction was exactly what I was thinking, although it was my thought was about LC. That's
Okay.
yeah. So this kind of transactions make the blockchain very interesting for ordinary people,
Yeah.
and this is something I want to encourage a lot of people, a lot of Africans to investigate, explore, to understand how it works. Yeah. So tell me, what else are you guys doing?
Okay, so in Ellamediate, what we are looking at is people carrying real estate assets in their pockets on their phones.
Yeah.
So you can own a part of Dubai, you can own a part of London, you can own a part of New York, you can own a part of Texas, you can own a part of Michigan, you can own a part of Abuja, you can own a part of Port Harcourt, and everything, all those transactions and your deeds and all of that are just on your phone. So that, and with that, the same way you have your crypto wallets, your Bitcoin wallets and all of that, you have your tokens. But what we are using right now are the utility tokens. So these are just representations, they are internal representations of your lot, of your ownership, your stake in that asset. So we've been testing, we've gone beta, we've done a whole lot, and everybody that we seem to have discussed with gets very excited. Like, is it possible? Can this work? And that question actually fuels the energy for us in the team. That so you guys are going to make you're going to make real estate something that we can trade off so easily. And I'm like, yes, why not? Why not?
Okay. Now, see, what you are doing and what you are explaining make a lot of sense for a person like me who understand a little bit of tech. Okay. Yeah, a little bit of that. I do understand it a little bit. Now, how much of the Nigerian middle class or African middle class actually buy into all this, that understands it? And how are you guys, intending to teach them and get them on board with this? Because see, I personally believe that the blockchain is the next revolution in the world. Okay, I believe that
already is.
Okay, I believe that. I'm on board. I'm on board. But how can we get many Africans on board? Because I don't know how many of them, for people, know anything about technology.
Okay, so now, here is what I want you to understand about Africans. Let's start with Nigerians.
Yeah,
Nigerians have the highest transaction on the blockchain of BTC rather in Africa.
Wow,
we've done I think about 200. Last year it was about $240 billion worth of transactions in Nigeria alone, if I'm correct, if that statistics is correct. Yes. So now, and the tussle between the government and the polity has even given more light because of the cryptocurrency ban.
Yeah,
it has shed more light, and people started asking questions.
Yeah,
about why would the government ban crypto, and because of the will I say the rebellious nature of Africans, they've gone ahead to get on board of this crypto industry.
Yeah,
to see that, okay, so this is I can have money, I can have store of value, and the bank doesn't have to, I don't have to look at any bank, I don't have to look at any institution to tell me what I'm worth.
Yeah.
And how much I can sell and how much I can own. You understand?
Yeah.
It gives that democratic feeling,
Yeah.
which is what has brought all the weight and the volume of the transactions that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency has done in Africa in the past year. So, but for what we are doing and what we pose to achieve, we're going to be putting out a whole lot of educational materials.
Okay. That's very, very important. Very important.
Explainer videos, articles. We are here. I'm on the podcast with you, so it's all part of the educational process.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we'll be doing a whole lot of this, trying to give people that first-hand information. We're setting up our knowledge base on the website where we can answer virtually every question that might come up, because we've done quite a lot of simulations, market simulations. What are the possible questions that can arise from the market?
Yeah.
So we're doing all of these things to ensure that the education of what we are about to do and what we are launching is going to suffice. And it's been, I would not overemphasize the results that we've gotten, even with the fact that we are not yet launched, that we've just been doing some whistling here and there, and it's been very, very, I would say very, very rewarding thus far.
Good. So when is the launch? When is it going to go live for everybody?
Well, we're going live on the 31st of January, so that's next week.
Wow, in a few days. Wow. Okay.
Yes, just in a few days.
Okay. Well, like you said,
so we are excited about it.
Like
Our
you said,
friends and families are excited about it. Everybody is asking, man, you guys, we can't wait for you to launch. Because I think the point of excitement is the fact that people want to see this thing work live. They want to see it happen.
Yeah.
Like, are you sure? All my friends that are in the tech space that have done one or two products and are out in the market, they send me messages and ask me, but we've been trying this blockchain thing. And another thing is government regulation and all of that. But that's why we are launching now and launching the way we are. And they're asking the question, will it work? Everybody's waiting to see. And the moment we hit the market, I assure you, it's going to be like everybody will get that eureka moment. I'm positive on that. Everybody will get that eureka moment. So now the beauty of what we are also doing is people will now store value in forex, more in stable currencies than the naira. So when you buy a property in the UK, for instance, and you store the value in pounds is always good. The economy would always fight for the stability of the pounds. Yeah. America will always fight for the stability of the dollar. Yeah. The Emirates will always fight for the stability of the AED. So these are currencies that you want to store value in. Maybe not for you now, because now I can plan for my children going to school in Oxford in a few years, probably in 10, 15, 20 years from now, and start buying and saving up for them till then. So by the time they are going to maybe Harvard and all of that, there is already provision from them from now, just by buying bits and pieces of properties across the globe. You understand? So those are the kind of communications and thought patterns.
Now you are saying something that will excite many middle people of the age of 25 to 30. Now you are saying
30
something
years.
You are saying something that many of them will listen to, and that's good. That's good. Well, I wish you guys the best with this launch. I'm excited to see it happen. Okay, right. Like I said at the beginning, I talked about your online school.
Okay.
The online school that you helped your friend develop. Yeah. So
yes, Mindsmith. Yeah, that's the.
So you said it was recognized in the African Union as a top,
Union, yes.
yeah,
Well,
as a top innovation in education. So
yes.
I'm all about education. That's something I'm very,
Okay.
very interested in, because for me, I believe that that's the only path for Africa's development. Okay.
Yes, it
Now,
is.
I've looked at that website. It looks nice. It looks
Okay.
nice. Okay.
Thank you.
They have a curriculum for primary and secondary school. Okay. So
Yes, even preschool.
yeah, I'm preschool. So
Yeah.
I initially thought it was yours, but
Okay.
yeah. But tell me, how is that Mindsmith Limited and the online school going, if you know?
Okay. Yes, I do. Sure, I do.
Okay.
Okay. So, Mindsmith, the online school was born out of. We started this project during the in the heat of the COVID lockdown in 2020.
Yeah.
So, and we're just having a discussion, I and Peter and a few other guys. We're having a discussion, and Peter was with the thought that Peter used to do home lessons. He had a platform where he has a community of home tutors, rather. He had teachers and all of them. So they go to a source for clients around Ikoyi, VI, basically on the island and some parts of the mainland in Lagos. And they just do home lessons, so after school lessons, basically. And when the COVID hit, then everybody was you know the craze that came with the COVID. Everybody was scared to allow anybody into their homes.
Yeah.
Everybody was running. Please, everybody was just unsubscribing from the service. And these are all. I think at that time, Peter had like close to 40 teachers on his list. So, and parents were unsubscribing from the service. And we sat down and it was like, hey, how are we going to survive now that we cannot make a physical contact anymore? Then we were talking and we said, man, let's move this thing online. And we started by doing some coding classes, which I was the anchor of. And we now saw that people were getting, was waxing strong the first month. We did one call one time. We started free. And one day we had close to 100 or over 100 people on the call that day. We were like, what? So people are really going to buy into this idea of homeschooling. Then we said, man, bros, let's get to work. Let's build this platform. We're going to look for the funding later, but let's just build this and let us just put it out there. Let us send emails to all the parents. Let's send invitation and introduction letters to all the schools. Let's just do this. Then FCMB came along and signed a strategic partnership. Then we now agree that, okay, now if FCMB is coming on board, it means we're doing something right. And all we just need to do at this point is intensify efforts.
Sorry, the MD of the FCMB. Well, I'm sorry, I'm boggling the name.
Bank.
Yes, the MD is a lady, right?
Yes, I think so. Yes.
See now. Sorry, my people. See. This is what this is what happens. I'm getting somewhere. This is what happens.
I think I know where you're going, but I'll let you land.
when we have more women in positions of power. Okay. See.
Yes.
I believe that we have a lot of very capable ladies to run things.
Yes,
And
we do.
what
Yes, we do.
what happened with your online schooling, the quick adoption of that strategy by the bank was mainly because of a lady. I don't really know, but I'm sure
but
if
you can trace it. You can, you can piece it together
if
that
you
way.
dig
Yeah,
into
I
it,
agree
you
with you.
find out that somehow she heard about it
Yeah,
and she went very good. So I'm happy that they did that. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I'm happy too. So
Yeah.
it's fun, and the day I didn't even know that the African Union had recognized the platform. So I was just having a chat then with Peter, and Peter was like, that he got a mail from the African Union that have I seen it? And I'm like, what mail? African Union? I don't understand what's happening. Then he called me and he was hyper over the phone. And I was having one of those moody evenings. And I was responding quite low. I think I was fatigued. I was tired. And I was he just said, Baba, Alpha. I said, I'm good, Baba. What's happening now? And I said, Baba, we have blown. I said, what do you mean we have blown? Please, where's the money if we've blown? Please, my account doesn't have any limit. Please take my account. And he was like, no, it's not money yet. It's not money. It's bigger than money. And I'm like, bros, what's bigger than money? And I said,
there are things that are bigger than money.
Africa. Yes, and it was like, we're all over Africa. And I'm like, immediately, my mood switched from minus 200 to plus 7,000. Then I myself jumped up from the chair and I was like, tell me what. Then he just sent me the email and I read it. Then I was just jumping around the house. Then my wife was asking me like, wait, did you guys win money? What happened? Did you win a grant? I said, no, this one is bigger than a grant. Wait, African Union just recognized us from our small cubicle.
I'm happy that happened. I'm happy that happened.
So,
see, to recognize small things, okay?
Yes.
Will encourage more people to do small things. And if we have 1,000 people in Surulere doing small things,
yes,
each of them small things,
yeah,
the whole Surulere will become a paradise within a short time. So I'm happy that happened.
Yes.
So see, like I said, I'm a big advocate of education. Okay, so you guys did that. You created a space for young people, okay, to go to school during the pandemic, and I'm telling you that will continue. Okay, online schooling is here to stay. Okay, I know that now.
Yes. And we can actually, and the platform is already accredited, so the platform can issue school leaving certificates in Nigeria. So and the beautiful part of the platform is we started getting registrations from diaspora people in. I think we got some from Sweden, Nigerians in Israel, all over Europe. Turkey, yes, Sweden, Finland. So registrations were coming from all these places, and we were like, all you just need to do about any idea is just start.
Yeah.
People are watching.
Yeah.
People are watching. Because the African Union recognition just gave us proof that no matter what you do, even if it's just one funny looking website that has very good initiative behind it.
And
somebody is
see,
going to see
when you create things of value,
yes,
the good thing is that, see, there are two things that has helped this platform: the recognition from the bank, one, and then the AU. Okay, so the leaders of the bank and the leaders that recognize the platform from the AU, I'm so happy that you did. All right. So now what I'll ask is this: you as a person, okay?
Yes.
I know, and I know, like I said earlier, education is the only way for us to go. Okay.
Yeah.
But many of us that finish school, either secondary school or university, once we finish our last exam, we put our books away and
drop
the pen, and that's the last thing. The last time any of us read anything.
No.
Okay. So see, I'm a big advocate of continuous. See, I read a lot.
Plus education. Yes.
I read a lot.
Yes.
I hope you do.
Yes.
Okay.
I do as well.
Okay. See, why am I saying this? Because I post so many things about reading, and many people who comment when I send a post about politics, about religion.
Yeah.
When I post anything about reading, very few people.
Very few. It comes down.
Very few people.
Your viewership drops a bit, or the engagement drops.
Very few.
Yes. And my response to that is this. The only way, like you said, the only way we can bail out Africa from the shackles of poverty and shackles of ignorance is continuous education.
Yeah.
And this is owing to the fact that the technology, first off, let's even come to every sector, basically, every walk of life that you want to revolutionize, you need, first of all, deep understanding and education, and not only of what has happened in the past, what is about to happen in the future.
Okay.
Let me use Ellamediate for instance here. The blockchain system and what we are building is what we call a green field. Is a market that has not yet been explored in this ecosystem. You understand? So it takes a lot of research work. I kid you not, we started building this solution as far back as June last year without even writing a line of code.
Yeah.
What we were doing from June till we started coding the platform officially in October. We started it 1st of October. So from June till that point in October, we were doing a lot of research because the blockchain system, for most people, and developing the blockchain system and putting this asset-backed system instruments on the blockchain system, we had to go over a whole lot. We had to, even we the tech guys, we had to study legal framework.
Yep.
To understand that we were not infringing on any policies across all these jurisdictions that we were going to launch our operations in. So we had to do a lot of research work. Even the lawyer, even the legal team had to do a lot. We had to send them every article, every resource that we had on the blockchain, we had to share it with them. Same thing for marketing. So by the time we started coding the platform, everybody could almost sell what we were going to build. Everybody was Even till now, anybody stumbles on any link about related topics.
Yeah.
We just share it. I tell you that we've come up with several groups. We have the tech group on WhatsApp. We have the legal group. We have the marketing. We have this group. Then we have a general group. So, and all these groups, everybody is engaged. So sometimes we look at our phones and we're like, we've created a lot of groups, that isolated groups that we've used for conversation, but the information that we discuss generally, we still share it on all these groups. So to show you that information has to go round.
Yeah.
So I can speak for the marketing team. I might not go in depth on speaking for them, but I have a very good idea of what they are up against and what they've done so far, just by being in line with the research and development of every department. So, and that is one of the things that is beautiful about the team. So, and this can only happen by just continuous education and the thirst, because one of the things that puts people off is the thirst for knowledge.
Yeah.
Many of the things that you are going to learn and many of the things you are going to build to disrupt any system is never interesting. It takes time. It takes hard work.
You are getting to something that I tell people and they don't understand it. See, most of the things that will change the world, when you start to learn about it, it's so mundane, it's so uninteresting until you get into it, and it will become interesting to you. You see?
Yes.
Today I read economics books. Okay. Today I read history books. Today I read science books. Okay. Science has been my thing. Okay. So I've been doing that from day one. But history also has been my thing because my father was a historian and all that. But economics. Yes, I was interested in a little bit, but in the last 6 months, I've consumed maybe up to 10 different books in economics, and now it's so interesting to me. It's so interesting to me because now why did I decide to read economic books? Because I found out that we need to understand economics, because economics is the fulcrum.
Yes, it's the fabric of our
to develop any society, and anything in any society is economics. Okay. So I needed to start understanding all the different issues about economics. And I've read over 10 books in the last 6 months. Now it's interesting to me.
Wow.
So I want
what you've read, you see it play out in the world scene, then it's now like, okay. You begin to resonate with
exactly.
It. Yes.
So now when I watch any politicians talking, I understand more of the things that is going on in the world. And anything going on in the world that causes any friction is always about economics. Look at our headman issue in Nigeria. It boils down to economics.
Yes.
Yeah. It boils down to economics. So until we get it to the core of things, we'll still have a lot of difficulties in resolving things. So anyway, I talk too much sometimes.
you're hitting the nail on the head. Okay. You're right on the money.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want us to end this short conversation we have today.
Okay. So, all right.
Damilola, tell me.
Yes.
See, you are already creating a path for the future. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want you to tell me your vision for Africa in the next 20 years, 20, 30 years time. What do you see?
Okay, so for Africa, what I project and what I see is in various sectors, what I believe would happen is we would have many of these startups become multi-billion-dollar ventures. And many of these startups will become multi-billion-dollar ventures because we are going to be doing things differently. Africa has embraced technology. Africa has always been a threat to the entire world. And Africans are embracing knowledge now and embracing tech more. And I believe that the way we are going to get out of darkness is we continue on this path. Africans are doing tremendously well across the globe. I'm not even talking Nigerians now. Africans globally are doing things across the globe.
Yeah.
And Africans in Africa are beginning to disrupt the system. Last year, there were 6 unicorns in Africa, and 3 of them, or 5 unicorns in Africa, 3 of them came from Nigeria. Africa got about
what does a unicorn mean for my audience?
Okay, a unicorn is a company that is privately managed.
Yeah.
That is worth over $1 billion.
Good.
So Nigeria, we betted 3 lakhs last year, and so many other startups in Nigeria are on that pedestal to become unicorns this year. And I believe in a few years, maybe not this year, maybe next year, maybe next 3 years, we are going to join the unicorn group.
Very good.
I'm very optimistic about that. And a whole lot of other startups in agro-tech, because fintech has taught us throughout last year that we can do it.
Yeah,
we can do it.
Yeah,
and it is already done. There is a pathway to success for Africa already. So we are just going to continue to ride that wave, and everybody is just going to continue to be resilient. Guys and girls from Kenya will continue to put in the work. Guys and girls from South Africa will continue to put in the work. Guys and girls from Mali, Nigeria, Ghana, Gambia, everybody will continue to put in the work and will continue to break boundaries. And in the next 20 years, when we've blown the whole ecosystem, now we won't rely so much on the government anymore, because that's one of the problems Africa has had all this while. The reliance on the government has been a drawback, really. But when we have startups and privately owned firms and companies manage businesses, employ people, then the reliance on the government reduces and development grows.
Exactly.
So there's an explosion of development. So I'm looking at Africa becoming mega. I'm looking for a very colossal word to use, but in the next 20 years, in the next 20 years, we're taking over, trust me.
Very good. Now,
We're taking
you
over.
you said some things very important. See, reliance of government to do everything has been a drawback, okay?
Yeah.
And we need to pass out a lot of things to the market,
Yeah.
okay, to
Yes.
deliver, okay. Having said
Yeah.
that, we still need the government to create this enable environment.
Environment.
Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
To create an inclusive political and economic environment that will help us to build this platform. Okay. So that's what we want from the government, to create an inclusive place to allow people like you and others to do all the things you guys are doing, right?
Yes, sure. Yes, very important. Very important.
Good.
Yeah, we need them and they need us.
Yeah. So, Damilola, thank you very much for being here today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I really enjoyed my time on the podcast today.
Very good. Very good. Take care, man. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Thank you so much. Bye.